Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We're surrounded by books, so you know what that means. We have a book video for you guys. So I went to the good old Barnes and Nobles and I spent some money, but I also saved a bunch of money. And then I made money back because when I went, they were doing 3 times the stamps if you're a premium member, which I am. So really all the money I spent, I got back. And then I had like $10 and some change saved up. So then I also got money off. So I did a really good job. A lot of the books were buy one, get one 50% off. And then I only paid full price for one book, which technically still got money off because when you're a premium member, you automatically get 10% off each book. And as per usual, I will also put the regular price on the screen and then the price I got for on the screen. So let's get to it. We have 7 books. I'm so excited. And in my defense, I hadn't been book shopping in a long time. So it makes it was meant for me to do such a thing. So first off, we have Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brennan. This came out either, I think, potentially September, maybe before. But at one point I went to Barnes and Nobles and I was talking with one of the workers there. She's a girl around my age. We talk about books all the time when I'm in there. And she told me about this book. She was talking about it. She enjoyed it, loved it. It's a series. So I thought I would check it out as well. It's really kind of like this girl gets put into a book, I believe, and then she's like a supervillain. Which, I mean, getting put inside a book doesn't sound like a bad idea. So there we have it. And the second book has already been announced. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but it's already been announced. A tale for anyone who's ever fallen for the villain. As her whole life collapses, Ray still has books. Dying, she seizes a second chance at living, a magical bargain that lets her enter the world of her favorite fantasy series. She wakes in a castle on the edge of a hellish home to the once and forever Emperor, her favorite fictional character. He's impossibly alluring as only fiction can be. However, in this fantasy world, she discovers that she's not the heroine, but the villainess in the Emperor's tale. Time to assemble a rogues gallery of villains and hatch an evil plot. So she's not the heroine, but the villain, but I still think it could be really good. So interesting to see because technically the Emperor is the only male mentioned so far, if the Emperor is supposed to be her love interest or if someone else will appear and be her love interest. But it's pretty thick little book. We got a bit going on in here. It has a sneak peek for book 2. So it has 423 pages of the first book, and then it gives you a chapter of this second book, and the second book is Time of Iron, and then it just gives some like meet the author info in the back. So that's exciting. We'll get a sneak peek at the second book, and also just look at the cover. It looks really cool. So I'm excited. I've heard really good things about this one. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. She got put into a fantasy book. Check, sign me up. Where do we do such a thing? And she's dying. So I would assume she just lives out her life in the fantasy world now that she made this bargain. So, I mean, what a way to go. But the original price on this book is $19.99, and I got it for, hold on, let's find her. I got it for $15.85. Okay. Next, I have Truly, Madly, Deeply by LJ Sheen. This one also came out last month, I think. But as you can see, she has beautiful edges. This is a re-release, so it came out a while ago, but the author just re-released it with a new cover and the sprayed edges, but you only get the sprayed edges if you get a first print edition of this book. And this was actually on the buy one get one 50% off table. It just didn't have a sticker. It was still honored by the guy who I checked out with. So I love this. And I've read LJ Sheen books before. You can't see any of them on my shelf, but they're on the shelf, I think, in that stack. But I've read her books before. I enjoyed them, so I'm looking forward to this one. This old flame just might set them on fire. Conceited, unattainable, and downright delicious, renowned Michelin-starred chef Ambrose Casablancas has one passion in life: food. Women are a distraction, and he doesn't do those, especially Cal Livett, his baby sister's best friend. Her entire existence is a complication. She's awkward, eccentric, and infuriating, and much to his chagrin, hotter than his kitchen. Ambrose has a lot on his plate: a new restaurant to open, a multi-million-dollar property deal to execute, and a violent stalker to tame. Then Cal shows up at his doorstep looking for both a job and salvation after their messy goodbye. What happened there? His resolve, like his patience, is ebbing. Each day she works at his restaurant because Cal is no longer a doe-eyed girl. Now she's the woman he'll do anything to conquer. Quirky, compassionate, ball of sunshine, Cal Liviton can't catch a break. And not just because she swore off running. Back in her hometown to nurse her mother's broken heart after losing her father, she finds herself jobless, hopeless, and penniless. 3 strikes, babe. She hopes to rekindle her friendship with her former BFF, but Dylan is attached at the hip to her cruel brother, the one Cal's been secretly crushing on since middle school. Falling for the bad boy the second time around would be a mistake of gargantuan proportions. Too bad she's always been clumsy. So, second chance romance we have here, and then instead of brothers, best friend, it's sisters. Best friend, so they grew up around each other, but apparently they have this messy falling out. We need to know what that is. It's a fairly thick book, so a lot's gonna happen. They're probably gonna have a third part breakup, and it'll be something kept secret or whatever, and then we have to fight to get back to a good place in the relationship because then we kept secrets from each other. That happens a handful of times. And then it's talking about this stalker, which LJ Sheen generally writes dark romance books, so they do have dark themes. Read the trigger warnings if you need to. For, I'm pretty sure maybe one of them I've read by her didn't, but majority of the books I've read by her all have like, it's dark romance. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out because there's a lot happening in the back of this book, but it's a big book. I'm excited though, and I'm also glad I got the edition with blue sprayed edges. So this has 501 pages, and the original price is $16.99, and I got it for $13.47. This is also the start to a series. I don't know if it's an interconnected series or if it's gonna focus on the same couple, but yeah. Moving on, we have the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. Okay, this was a book I paid original price for, but everyone and their mother has been talking about the second book in this series. I think it's like the Spice something cafe. I was trying to see if it was mentioned in here or not, but there's another one by Laurie in this series that's trending, but everyone's buying the book up and no one's talking about what's actually happening in the book. So I found out that it's a series. This is the first one. A lot of people have great things to say about the first one, and then I know it's a grumpy sunshine and it's set in a small town. Love to see it. It's also kind of like a Hallmark movie for the fall. Say less. And a lot of people say it reminds them of Gilmore Girls. I've actually never watched that, so I can't really, I don't know. But I know that has to deal with a small town as well. So I plan on reading this one, and I think I'm really gonna like this one. And if I do, I might read the second one, but I don't know. That one has mixed reviews. And there's a third one that actually just came out. It's the Christmas Tree Farm. So cute. It's a Christmas Tree Farm romance, and it's set in the same small town. And this one also has grumpy sunshine as well. And then there's another one that's supposed to come out in March, April, or May of next year, but I know it's around springtime. So I might, tap in. It seems like it would also be like a pretty quick read. So I'm looking forward to the whole little universe. A small town spicy romance. When a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appears between the pages, she decides to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. Gorgeous and outgoing fisherman Noah is always up for an adventure. And a scavenger hunt sounds like a lot of fun. Even better than the cute bookseller he's been crushing on for months is the one who wants his help. Hazel didn't go looking for romance, but as the treasure hunt leads her and Noah around Dream Harbor, their undeniable chemistry might be just as hot as the fresh out of the oven cinnamon buns the bookstore sells. Short, sweet, simple. I'm here for it. I also just love the cover of the book in general. It really sets the tone for like that small town in the fall. And she works at a sweet shop. That's so cute. And then Noah's been crushing on her this entire time. Say less. It's gonna be great. I already know it. I have really high hopes for this one. I've heard nothing but good things about the first book, so I hope I'm not let down. That's all I can say. It looks like he gives you a sneak peek to the Christmas Tree Farm. So hold on. Yeah, so this one has a total of 345 pages, and then it gives you the sneak peek to A Christmas Tree Farm that's now out. The original price for this book was $18.99, and I got it for $15.06. Oh, I really did. That's a really nice deal. I looked at the receipt, y'all, but I think reading it out loud, I was very surprised at the price. But moving on, we have Crave and Torn by Monica Murphy. So these are two novels in one. I've never heard of this author, but like 2 in 1, that is a great deal. And it was on the buy one get one 50% off table. But it's Spicy Romances and the Billionaire Bachelors Club series. And then it says now in 1 volume. So I'm assuming this is volume 1 with books 1 and 2. I don't know how many there are. Oh, here we go. There's some in the back. It's Savor and Intoxicated. Here. I don't know when they come out. I'm assuming, these are just getting republished and she's putting 2 books in 1, which isn't bad. They seem like quick reads. I haven't even looked to see how many pages one is and how many pages the other is. I'm gonna just read it. So hold on. So Crave finishes at 183 pages. So here, and then it tells you when you're moving on to the next book. So I'm gonna read the blurb for Crave first and then read the blurb for Torn. Billionaire bachelor Archer Bancroft is hot as sin and always gets what he wants. But what he wants is Ivy Emerson, his best friend's little sister, and the one person he shouldn't crave. But Ivy isn't the only thing Archer wants. There's also the $1 million bet with his best friends to be the last bachelor standing. Ivy knows Archer is nothing but trouble. He's infuriating, arrogant, and completely intoxicating. But everything changes when a stolen kiss leads to one night neither can forget. Again, we have best friends, little sister trope. That always contains some drama. We love to see that. And then there's a bet involved. So we might have like a little breakup happening because homegirl might not know about the bet until after they get in a secure relationship, and then she finds out about the bet, and then it turns out it's not a secure relationship. But I'll be tuned in. Okay, so now we're gonna do Torn. Marina Knight came to this party for one thing only: to slap Gage Emerson in the face. No one, especially not this sexy tycoon, is going to snatch up her family's real estate empire. He's on the verge of making an enemy for life, even if he can make her melt with a single kiss. When Gage discovers that the alluring woman before him is the key to his latest acquisition, claiming her as his suddenly doesn't seem quite so cut and dry. To get what he wants, he must get to know the fierce woman willing to face him down as she steadily steals his heart. As they delve deeper into the affair they didn't see coming, Marina's torn. Will she lose her heart to Gage or everything she holds dear? Now, I'm hoping it would be that her and Gage have a really secure relationship to where she's not going to lose her family estate, but he's also going to get some benefits. I don't know. But, and then it seems like Torn might be a little bit longer than Crave. But again, I'll be locked in. Don't worry about it. I am here. So the total amount of pages we have is 370, and then we'll have the final installment, Savor and Intoxicated, that will come out April 2024. So yeah, 4 books in this billionaire series, and they're getting republished 2 and 1 at a time. The original price on this one was $18.99. And I got it for $15.06. Moving on, a few more to go. We have An Education in Malice by Gibson. I was looking for, Gibson. The name was blocked. I've seen this in Barnes & Nobles a while. Looked at it, never picked it up. I decided to pick it up. It's supposed to be like a dark academia, romance, fantasy vibe going on. So it seems good. And then this is the same author that has done Dowry Blood. I haven't read it yet, but I've seen this like all over Book Talk. Heard good things about it. I just haven't read it yet. Let's see. Sumptuous and Addictive. An Education in Malice is a dark academia tale of blood, secrets, and insatiable hungers from S.T. Gibson, author of the cult hit A Dowry of Blood. Deep in the forgotten hills of Massachusetts stands St. Perpetua's Women's College. Isolated and ancient, it is not a place for timid girls. Here, secrets are currency. Ambition is lifeblood, and strange ceremonies welcoming students into the fold. On her first day of class, Laura Sheridan is thrust into an intense academic rivalry with the beautiful and enigmatic Carmilla, I believe so. Together, they are drawn into the confidence of the demanding poetry professor, D. LaFontaine, who holds her own dark obsession with Carmilla. But as their rivalry blossoms into something far more delicious, Laura must confront her own strange hungers. Tangled in a sinister game of politics, bloodthirsty professors, and magic, Laura and Carmilla must decide how much they are willing to sacrifice in their ruthless pursuit of knowledge. So, obviously, Laura and Carmilla are going to get together, but I'm a little bit more concerned with this professor De La Fontaine, who has an obsession with Carmilla. That's weird. It's giving Call the Police, borderline stalker. Like, how is she still teaching when she's obsessed with one of her students? That's suspicious. And then these, like, apparently ceremonies and stuff that are welcoming the students in, weird. And it's taking place in Massachusetts, weird. Yeah. I'm into it though. I'm here for it. A dark academia. I will say sometimes dark academia books are a little hard to get into because it takes a lot to build up to something. That's not always the case, but sometimes it can be. So I'm hoping that's not the case for this one. It does seem like a rather quick read though. It's not super thick, so it'll probably be one of those straight to the points. Like, we're not going to take forever to figure some things out. We're going to get hints dropped here and there, and I'll be looking forward to that though. So this book has 358 pages. So yeah, on the smaller side. And then the original price was $18.99, and I got it for $7.52. Okay, almost done. We have 2 more books. Then we have Compass and Blade by Rachel, I think, Greenlaw. Her name is covered. So I grabbed this one. It's Greenlaw, Rachel Greenlaw. I grabbed this one because you remember when I said Truly, Deeply, Madly didn't have the sticker. So when I went there, because at first I didn't know if they were going to honor it since it didn't have a sticker, but they did. And they were like, well, you have an odd number. Do you want another book? The answer is yes, I want another book. So I grabbed this one. I've seen this one on Book Talk before. I've seen it in Barnes and Nobles, all over. It is on my TBR. I've just never gotten around to reading it. So it was on sale, so we picked her up and we grabbed her. And as you can see, it's definitely a quick read. So it's something I wanted to read. I just hadn't bought it. Now we have it. This world of sea and storm runs deep with bargains and blood. On the remote isle of Rosevier, Mira, like her mother before her, is a wrecker, one of the 7 on the rope who swam out to plunder shipwrecks. Mira's job is to rescue survivors, if there are any. After all, she never feels the cold of the frigid ocean waters, and the waters seem to sing to her soul. But the people of Rosevier never admit the truth, that they set the beacons themselves to lure ships into the rocks. When the council watch lays a trap to put an end to the wreckings, they arrest Mira's father. Desperate to save him from the noose, Mira strikes a deal with an enigmatic wreck survivor, guarding layers of secrets behind his captivating eyes, and sets off to find something her mother has left her, a family secret buried deep in the sea. With just 9 days to find what she needs to rescue her father, all Mira knows for certain is this: the sea gives, the sea takes, and it's up to her to do what she must to save the ones she loves. So it's giving she could be like part mermaid or something. I don't know, because she's saying the sea calls to her, it sings to her, and her mother buried a family secret in the sea. Unless she's just a really good swimmer and she can just dive down there. But I don't know, it's giving something. At least if she was part mermaid, it explains like a connection to the sea. I don't know. And it seems like her mother is like MIA. Potentially. So quick little read right here on the fantasy side. And this book has 295 pages. So yeah, quick read. And then the original price was $15.99, and I got it for $6.33. Now we're moving on to the last book. So this is A Curse of Blood and Wolves by Melissa. Let me see how we say her last name. McTernan, Melissa McTernan. So this is basically a spicy reimagining of Little Red Riding Hood. This book has been on my TBR, not for too long, but it's been on my TBR. So when I saw it on the table, I think this might have been the first book I picked up, because yes, and I think Hannah and I might have talked about this one. I don't know, but this isn't the first Little Red Riding Hood retelling I have gotten. I do have another one. I might have 2 actually, and this would make 3. But I love a good reimagining, retelling. It's up my alley. And as you can see, it's pretty quick. And then I really do love this cover. It's so nice. And I can't remember if this is a standalone or potentially a series where it's an interconnected series and they all kind of take place in the same fantasy world, just following different people. But the front says, fate doesn't make mistakes. Can you be drawn to someone you never met? When Ruby feels the eyes of a stranger in the woods, she knows she should be scared, that she should run away, but she can't. Instead, she feels a thrill, feels drawn to the stranger who follows her in the woods, yearns for his eyes on her every night as she walks home, hoping to hear the crunch of the leaves under his feet that signals he's here. Will he ever reveal himself? I hope the answer is yes. This was just enough. Get you a little excited to go into this book. Yeah, it's giving. This might be the first read out of all of these because I'm feeling it. It's kind of giving a little bit of a stalker because he's just following her at night, but she seems to like it, so it can't be too bad. I know this is a Little Red Riding Hood retelling, so I'm wondering if like she's living with her family, because I mean, in the original Little Red Riding Hood, she just goes to visit her grandma, but like you never see her mom, her dad, if she has any siblings. They literally sent her off on her own. But granted, she was younger in this. She's definitely aged up in this book, but like I wonder if she's living in a village somewhere and then just bam, one day she feels the intense eyes of her stalker lover wolf. Because is he a wolf? Does he have a curse on him that he's a wolf but he's also a human? Like, these are questions that need answering, right? Because you can't be in a relationship with a wolf, so like he would need to be a human at some point. I guess I'll find out soon enough. But this book has a total of 373 pages, and then the original price was $18.99, and I got it for $7.52. That's my haul, you guys. I was trying to see if it showed on here like the specific amount of cash I had in my Barnes & Noble stamps, but it was like $10.97 or something that I saved up, and I basically made all of that money back when I got the triple stamps. So again, I saved money. The total was $86.22 for all 7 of my books, and when they originally scanned this, it was like $120. But then we went down with the discounts, then we went down with my money, and I saved all this money. I saved. So it was great. I had a good time. I'm looking forward to reading these books. I will show them to y'all one more time just so y'all can see. A Curse of Blood and Wolves, Compass and Blade, An Education in Malice, Crave and Torn, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Truly, Madly, Deeply, and then Long Live Evil. Those are all my books. That is the haul. By the time this is posted, y'all will have unfortunately missed the deal for the triple stamps, but they do those every now and then. You just kind of have to be on the lookout for them. But I mean, you can always just go buy books outside of getting triple stamps, because duh, get you a book and read it and enjoy. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this haul. Check out some of these books. We'll see y'all the next time that we have more books and we have another haul. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.